Okay, a couple of other things that we want to say. Webinars do not replace in-person presentations. We recognize that there are different ways in which you can use them, but they are to augment the in-person work that you're doing. For example, you can talk to speakers, and speakers are actually suggesting this, bundling a web event with an in-person presentation, conducting pre- and post-event sessions. Simulcasting is a great one because you're able to reach a broader audience and still do a single event. It's a great alternative to international travel. I know that we have some speakers, for example, who, one guy was talking about the fact that he had 10 invitations to go to China in a 12-month period. I think he's got 5 or 6 kids. Didn't appeal to him too much, so he suggested this as an alternative. Any presentation to a dispersed audience, this is a great medium for. I know that a lot of you work with very large corporate clients, and sometimes those clients have employees that are globally located. And so this is a great alternative for them to consider and still get the training. Now, we love the idea of creating speaker series, for example. You have access to some of the greatest minds in the world. What about putting together some kind of a series that could benefit your clients and be really efficient in terms of cost and energy expenditure to do? Marketing purposes are obviously another way to use web events. And I put in lieu of an in-person presentation, not because, like we said, we're not trying to replace them, but because sometimes an in-person event is not reasonable, possible, or affordable. So, next point we want to just briefly touch on is the fact that speakers do want to present virtually. Many of you may have actually seen this either at IASB or if you visited our website. I want to tell you the story behind this image. Back to a little Stephen note, he absolutely loved to present in his sweats. And I swear to you, he would have worn them constantly if he could have. He thought that his navy blue jacket matched his navy sweats. And if I would have let him on stage with him every time, he would have done it, I swear. And so we created this image. I got to tell you, though, I think that it is completely inappropriate for any person to present in anything other than totally professional attire, and I am absolutely appalled that they would even consider it. Shame on you. Thanks. Truth be told, this is actually one of the most appealing things about it. If you take a look at the list, it's top on our list. Speakers love to work in their jammies. It's nice and comfortable. It's easy and simple to use, which appeals to them. Convenient because they don't have to go anywhere. It comes to them, and they can broadcast from home, from on the road, whatever. It allows them to turn one-off speeches into significant teaching opportunities because of the opportunity for consistent interaction with the same audience. It's more work and great on work-life balance. Simon T. Bailey is one of the speakers we've worked with, and this is what he said. He said, "I was surprised how quickly I felt completely at ease presenting via this medium, and I was thrilled with the quality of the result." We like that. Clients offered immediate and enthusiastic feedback about the event, which validated my desire to do more. I envision myself sitting at home doing 4 of these a day and then walking into the next room to kiss my wife. Love that. So, last point that we're going to cover is that even you can sell a webinar today. A walrus could sell a webinar, for crying out loud. So, best tool for you to sell web events is you talking about it. The biggest obstacle that you will encounter is that people don't actually know to look to you for this type of an event. And so getting the word out there that you're doing them is just the significant, most important thing to help overcome that. It's a change. Everybody's resistant to change. Second is marketing materials. We're happy to provide you with anything that you might need. You can find some of those on our website and others as you contact us. Samples are on our website. People like to see what they're getting, and seeing is believing. They will believe it is beyond death by PowerPoint if they actually experience it themselves. So give them a peek. Any of the events that you do, you can then use at your discretion, obviously with the speaker's permission. We allow speakers to take it for a test drive. If they're nervous, sit them down in front of the computer with us. We'll let them take it for a test drive and maybe do a quick marketing event. So we talked about the fact that Telenect is more than a webinar. We hope you felt that. Webinars meet different needs than in-person presentations, that speakers do want to speak virtually and clients are looking for it, and that it's really a simple thing for you to sell. And so we hope that this is something that's been helpful to you. And in closing, we have a quote by Stephen reiterating what he said to me about interactive distance learning. I think that the majority of the speakers that you work with share the passion that he does for the work that he does. I am sure that they are not on the road 24/7 because they like to travel. They have passion for what they are doing, and you can help them to accomplish their life's purposes through this kind of work. He said, "I am interested in really influencing the world, and I am convinced that there is no way I could accomplish this without this kind of technology." Thank you so much for sharing this time with us today, and we look forward to future conversations with you. Thanks.